Today, we're diving straight into a massive 2026 World Cup tactical chess match between Brazil and Japan. Honestly, this game had it all. We're talking shocking moments, tactical masterclasses, and an ending that literally kept fans on the edge of their seats down at Houston Stadium. We're going to unpack exactly how the five-time champions narrowly avoided a monumental upset. Okay, we're actually going to kick things off at the very end, the 96th minute. This is the exact moment Arsenal winger Gabriel Martinelli saved Brazil from an early flight home. Deep into 6 minutes of stoppage time, with the game completely deadlocked and extra time looming, Martinelli collected a perfectly weighted pass, took 2 precise touches, and just squeezed the ball past the Japanese goalkeeper to secure a breathtaking 2-1 victory. Part 1, the Samurai Blue shock. Now, to truly understand the sheer relief of that 96th-minute winner, we've got to rewind a bit earlier in the match. Because Japan didn't just show up to defend, they arrived with a game plan that put Brazil to the absolute brink. The shockwave hit in the 29th minute. Brazil's Danilo played a loose, stray pass in the midfield, and Japan's Kaishu Sano immediately pounced. Sano surged right past a trailing Casemiro, drove forward 20 yards with pure purpose, and fired a clinical right-footed strike into the bottom corner past Alisson. It was Sano's first ever international goal, and man, it completely silenced the Brazilian supporters.
What's totally fascinating here is how Japan achieved this early dominance without actually dominating the ball. Out of possession, they just brilliantly collapse into this highly disciplined 5-4-1 defensive block. It essentially builds a solid wall right through the center of the pitch. It denies central access completely, meaning Brazilian stars like Vinicius Jr. had absolutely nowhere to run, with Japanese defenders like Takehiro Tomiyasu stepping in perfectly to neutralize any central threats.
Just look at these numbers. They perfectly capture the absolute tactical stalemate of that first half. Brazil held onto the ball for a staggering 82% of the time. Yet, their expected goals, which is a metric showing the statistical quality of their scoring chances, sat at a measly 0.35. They generated 0 big chances. Japan, on the flip side, took their mere 18% possession, created 1 big chance, and absolutely buried it.
Part 2. Ancelotti's Tactical Masterclass.
So staring down the barrel of a wildly disastrous early World Cup exit, Brazil's manager, Carlo Ancelotti, knew he had to find a tactical solution, and fast. Those short, intricate passes through the middle were playing right into Japan's hands. Something had to change. Ancelotti made 3 crucial tweaks to dismantle that Japanese wall. First, he makes a bold move, subbing off Lucas Paqueta for the teenage sensation Endrick, instructing him to play with direct verticality to push the Japanese line deeper. Second, he told his wingers, Vinicius Jr. and Rafinha, to basically hug the touchlines to create double width. This forces the defenders to make an impossible choice, right? Do they stay compact in the middle, or do they spread out to cover the wings? And finally, this newfound width opened up pockets of space for Brazil's midfielders to push up higher and completely bombard the box.
This tactical shift completely changed the geometry of the game. By stretching the pitch, Brazil finally found the space they so desperately needed out wide. In the first half, they only managed to deliver 12 crosses, but in the second half, they absolutely bombarded the Japanese penalty area with 28 crosses. They forced Japan to sink deeper and deeper, making it practically impossible for the Samurai Blue to relieve that relentless pressure.
Part 3. Redemption and the Climax.
Let's move into the second half and see how this whole tactical shift built immense, suffocating pressure on the Samurai Blue, setting the stage for a truly cinematic finish. This timeline captures the breathless turnaround. Brazil came out of that locker room looking like an entirely different team. In the 54th minute, a Casemiro header was miraculously cleared right off the goal line by Tomiyasu, but Brazil just kept pushing. 2 minutes later, at 56, Casemiro wouldn't be denied again, thundering home the equalizer. The momentum shifted entirely. By the 60th minute, Vinicius Jr. hit the post after a moment of pure magic, nutmegging a defender and curling a shot that Suzuki somehow tipped wide. It was just this explosive, relentless wave of pure Brazilian momentum that finally culminated in Martinelli's 96th minute winner. We absolutely have to talk about Casemiro's incredible redemption arc here, because it's really the emotional core of this match. Back in the first half, he was beaten for pace by Kaishu Sano, which was the error that led directly to Japan's shock opener. But, true to his character as a veteran leader, he didn't hide. He stormed the back post to meet Gabriel Martinelli's cross in the 56th minute, heading in the crucial equalizer that breathed life back into the Selecao when they needed it the absolute most. But if you're looking for the true engine behind this comeback, look no further than Bruno Guimarães. The guy was rightly named man of the match, and honestly, he was everywhere. He registered 4 total shots, delivered 8 crosses, and took 4 corner kicks, completely controlling the tempo. And his most important contribution came in the very final seconds. At the edge of the box, he originally looked like he was shaping up to shoot, but showed incredible patience to slide a perfectly weighted assist right to Martinelli, ultimately breaking Japanese hearts. After the dust settled, Carlo Ancelotti perfectly summed up his team's mental resilience with this quote. He had called for mind, heart, and clarity from his players, and they proved they had all 3 in spades. They didn't panic when they went down, they didn't abandon the game plan, and they systematically dismantled a highly organized and intense Japanese side to survive a totally grueling test. Part 4. Path to the 6th star. So what's next for Brazil? Well, with disaster averted and an incredibly valiant Samurai Blue squad sent home, Brazil's quest for a record-extending 6th World Cup title remains alive and well. They bent, but they definitely did not break. They'll now travel to New